behavior. Got a brother that comes in here deep and strong and always brings it right. Come on in here, brother. Good to hear from you this evening. How you doing, soldier?
I'm doing good, brother. Thanks for taking my call. You said it all. All of the callers said everything. There's not much for me to add. Obama is, well, here's what I will add. Obama is just a tool used by a political party to push Caucasian supremacy. So they're right on target. The problem is he's being used to have Caucasians be more racist than what they really can be in the same time, picking the young people, and he's being used to make Africans more angry at him. And that's being done all across corporate America. Once he loses, or after his presidency is over, and after the second term, it's going to be a tough time to promote black executives throughout America because he's been promoted as the best and brightest of everybody black in America. And so no matter if it's going to be the Republican Party or the Democratic Party, his agenda is going to move forward because the money is coming from people who don't have our interests at heart. When we're working in corporate America or in government America, we're doing it for a paycheck, but really we're pushing the agenda of a group of people who don't have our best interests at heart. So what Obama is doing is no surprise. He's just really innate. And he's being used to make us angry at a black image that may affect those of us who are not conscious to be more angry at us, to believe that we can't do it, no matter how smart we are. So I'm thinking we need to be careful in that it's not personally him, even though it is. Hear my point. It's not personally him, it's bigger than him. It's the institutions that educated people represent that look like us, that push their agenda forward and keep our agenda off the table.
And I definitely appreciate what you're saying. I do understand what you're saying. And that's why, from the very beginning, with that in mind, is why we've always classified him as the magic mulatto. In other words, if they got an image up there that our people see as black, the first thing we do before we start attacking this villain to our community, who is really a representative of the system of racism and white supremacy, we strip his blackness from him. Thank God he got a white mother, which gives us totally legitimate reason to say he's not black, he's a mulatto, which allows us a few fronts in this war. One, to tell our people to stop interracially dating because this is what you can produce. Two, that we can attack him not being black and therefore start getting our people to don't look at the blackness as just what the skin complexion looks like. Look at where their character and their interests are. And three, it takes the sting off of black on black going against each other because we're no longer classifying him as black so that we can really launch this war the way we want to do it. So that's what you just said is very important for us to understand. They love to set black people at odds with black people, and we don't consider Barack Hussein Obama black. So that's part of the reason why we make clear the magic mulatto. We don't you never hear us say this black man. We say this dark-skinned mulatto or whatever we classify him as, but anything other than black because he doesn't represent anything for the interests of African people. So we appreciate that, brother. We will definitely keep that.
You use and keep it up, brother.
Yes, sir. And in that, we got more calls. Hang on, brother Bookmom, we see you there. We we don't end no show without brother Body Shots. We just gonna take it to the hill. Probably go a little bit longer tonight, brother and sister. We appreciate you hanging in there with us and listening. But I do want to say something since the brother brought it up. For those that know, in 2008 and 2009, we came out and were very clear about the things that were going to happen. Barack Obama, this is before he was elected. We came out, hey. He's going to go out here and promote homosexuality. He's going to launch wars in Africa for European overthrow of Africa. He's going to kill African leaders. He's going to support the killing of African leaders or leaders in Africa. He's going to destabilize North Africa to get rid of the Arabs so that whites can move in and take the region and take the whole continent. He's going to be a complete promoter of the destruction of the black race. Let me just tell you, I share things when I think it's safe to share them. But some things we're not certain of. We're never actually certain because we're not in the room when these decisions are made. But when I get to the point where I think I got the system well enough and understand it well enough and see what's going on, I tell you long before it happens so you can understand what's going on. So we're going to come to all our calls. Hang on, but this is very important information I'm about to drop on you. Even if it doesn't happen exactly like I'm telling you it's going to happen, this is the point you need to get and understand the psychological warfare and the level of the warfare that's occurring. Eugenics is the science of racial genocide. Very simply, Margaret Sanger was the mother of eugenics. She didn't create it, but she was the one that really got it going. And basically, how do you kill a large mass of people without necessarily shooting all of them with a gun? You can shoot some of them with a gun. You can poison some of them. You can get some of them to have abortions. Once they legalized abortion, abortion became the number one eugenics, black murder, black genocide process in history. And that was how they were killing the masses of black people, through abortion. But they wanted something that was more permanent, because even though a woman can have an abortion, she can have another child. So abortion stops a baby from being born, but it doesn't get rid of the black people that are here, and it doesn't stop more black people from being born. They wanted something to accelerate the pace of black extermination. What they came up with, in addition to mass disease spread, so you see AIDS being spread throughout Africa and various other diseases being spread amongst our people intentionally. These diseases that we're finding ourselves with, they were intentionally put into our community. We have a lot of documentation. Much of it they're coming out with now. But at this point, the next great eugenics breakthrough was homosexuality. Understand the difference between homosexuality and homosexuality as defined, as Brother Jeff was saying, with only a man can be with a man, only a woman with a woman, and abortion. If you have abortion, you can have a woman that has 6 abortions, but she can still have 3 children. So that's 1 woman, 3 children. Would have been 9, but she only has 3. Whereas with lesbianism, that same woman has no babies because she's only having sex with women. So not only do you not have to kill babies that are born, you don't even have the process of babies being made. So it's a very sophisticated form of genocide once you create in people's minds that they're born this way, and that for the homosexual, you're supposed to have sex if you're a woman only with a woman and a man only with a man. And that's the problem, is not that you're gay. The problem is that you're crossing over. You need to stay to your gay self. And so this became the great eugenics move of the 21st century. This is their thing. But it is not their goal. That is not the stopping point. I want you to listen to this very carefully so you can understand the context to which Barack Obama is put in office. The object is to create the kind of warfare between black men and women that is unseen in the history of the world. I don't mean like what we have now, where we just can't get along with each other. Black women hate black men. Is it any wonder? For the last 25 years, we call them bees and hoes, and then we want them to grow up to be queens. It's ridiculous. And we do nothing as men to protect our women and children, then expect our women to love us. It's ridiculous. But at any rate, even the brothers who are trying to do the right thing are victims of what black males, under the rulership and the lead of white males who sponsored this madness, have done to our women. So our women hate us. Even, it's just a universal thing. Our women hate us pretty much. In the nationalist community, we struggle as well to deal with our women who are chipping away at the manhood, because they've been taught to do this. And a lot of it, again, is done through the hip hop that we've called them out of their name, through the lesbianism, the feminism, and everything. So they've created a war already, which is the pretext by which you can even promote homosexuality and feminism. If the men and women don't hate each other, then they're not going to get involved in things to fight each other. But that's not the kind of level of fighting I'm talking about. I mean, where you see stories of black women who take their sons to the woods, rape them, and murder them. These are the kind of things that they're trying to. And I know it sounds way past what anybody out there can imagine, but I don't lie to you. I'm telling you what I can see. The ancestors come to give me this stuff, and I've done it long enough to see that the things that I've seen over the last 20 years, they generally come true almost the exact way I've seen them. So now I'm comfortable enough to share this with you now, knowing that it ain't going to be but 2-3 years. You're going to say, brother, I heard you say this. I thought what you said was crazy, but now I see it. This is what I think they're going to do. In this next term, probably early in the first 2 years, when they come out and just put all the information out there about Barack Hussein Obama being involved in homosexuality and all this kind of stuff, that is going to be a huge blow to section off any remaining love between black men and black women. Anything that we have left, where we have love or respect for one another, for the average brother and sister particularly, who doesn't understand that this is all a scheme. If you're talking about black women getting into hatred of black men, and almost doing what Brother Jeff says on a whole nother level, where he's saying they feel like everybody's gay, you will not have a black woman that will want to have anything to do with any black man, because once it comes out that this president is a homosexual, Every black man suffers because of this mulatto. This mulatto is a homosexual. They don't understand what's being done. And it just, even for men who have good relationship with their wives, they are going to face issues. They can't even go to the store without their woman wondering where they're going because they think every black man is a fag. It's going to have incredible impact. But where it's going to, what I think they're going to do, and I'm not certain, this is, remember, brothers, it's all speculation, but it's also analysis. I'm seeing, I'm listening to the ancestors, and I'm watching the picture. This is going to sound real strange to you, but I think what they're going to do to really seal the deal, either two things. One, when they have this breakup in the White House, they're going to have a real messy divorce in the White House. It'll be very, very messy. So that they just see the black family pulling apart, and it'll just pull our people apart to see them in that, the only president and wife ever to be in office to have a breakup. It never happened before. It'll be the only time we see something of this magnitude. It'll be very damaging to our relationships. But then they'll either do two things. Either that when they come out with this homo stuff and she leaves, she'll go marry a white boy, which would just completely seal the deal on the integration thing. Or they'll come out with this homosexuality thing and then they'll give her AIDS. And so when it comes out that he's a fag and then she pops up with AIDS, any potential for black male-female relationships being repaired for the next 20 years is gone. I can't describe to you the impact it's going to have. I can't really tell. I just see the picture of what they're doing. I've seen it while they've been doing it. I feel it. I can feel it. So again, I can't guarantee these things. What I can guarantee you is that they are put up there for the purpose of destroying the relationship between black man and woman, not repairing it. Why am I telling you about this? Because the real eugenics breakthrough is not going to be homosexuality. The next breakthrough in eugenics is something that's hard to quantify right now because, brothers and sisters, we haven't seen it before. So I'm telling you something like back in the 90s when we were telling people there's going to be homosexuals walking in our street and men walking around with high heels, nobody believed us. They thought we sounded crazy. Now you see it. What I'm telling you, you're going to see, like I said, the best example I can give you is black women taking their sons out to the woods and raping them and then murdering them. What I'm saying is that they're trying to create a war between black men and black women. Not like a war where we argue with each other and fight all the time. I'm talking about where black women call the police on any black man that they think they can, and then the police do whatever they do to the black man, and the black woman is the one supporting them doing it. Like an agreed upon thing with black women where they're trying to exterminate black men. And of course, black men's responses are murdering and rape, but the same thing we already doing to our women, raping them and pedophile and everything else. So that we have the worst kind of chaos among a race you've ever seen in the history of the world. And all they have to do to create it, they don't have to do anything else at this point. Our women already hate us. We already call them bees and hoes, so we reinforce that hatred. Everything is in place. All they have to do is have a major catastrophe with these two, which I can't say I'm certain because it hadn't happened yet, but I'll put good money on it, that they're going to create this to happen. And then the next phase of this destruction of the black race will occur, where black women will be out on the rostrum. Any black man that's doing anything positive, they will be trying to destroy him. Black men will constantly be talking about black women are bees and hoes, and that's why we go to white females. It'll be the kind of environment and war that you just cannot imagine. And we're already there, just not at the level where they're trying to take us. I know it sounds really bizarre, but if you just trust me on one thing, I call them pretty good. Just watch it. And if you hear something about them having some kind of AIDS or something like that, particularly Michelle Obama, or you start hearing the homosexual thing come out, I need you to take this advice. Listen to what I'm saying. We're going to send this show out. It can have 500 downloads. You can send it out now. Some people will listen, some people won't. But when you see this thing coming down, send it to everybody. Because this is what happens. When black people know what's coming, it won't devastate them the same way, and they can't collapse our people the same way. When our people do not know what's going to happen, and they're really expecting this thing to be black and love and everything, the collapse it's going to have, particularly for black women against black men, is going to be something we've never seen in the history of the world. So I want brothers and sisters out there to understand where we're coming from. And I hope you trust me enough to at least hold on to the show. Download this one. Make sure you get on onehorizon.com and sign up so you get our emails so you know what's going on. And when this comes out, this show comes out, download it. Send it to your friends, no problem. But particularly hold it. Because there's going to be a time when you need to let people know, we knew this was going to happen. Nah, this should not do nothing to destroy black men and black female